Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk a lot about different processes that you might use as a social worker, along with different sort of theories and approaches that might be relevant for you. So there's actually quite a lot of content for us to move through. I'm going to talk about goal setting firstly. And this is kind of quite a clear thing that we do in social work, because obviously people want to move on from the situation that they're in, so they need a plan or a set of goals to reach. Sometimes those are imposed upon people, other times they are a choice that people have to make. What's really important when we set these kind of goals is that everybody agrees on that these are good goals for us to work towards. What a goal allows is a shared understanding. So the client knows why we're here, we know why we're here, we're working in the same direction. In For voluntary settings, so when the client chooses to come to us, we can often work to the goal that they've identified. But in non-voluntary settings, so say child safety or probation, parole, the goals might be set for the client by the organisation. They do need to be broken down and they need to be achievable goals as well. When we're looking at goals, we have to be realistic about what the person might want to do, what they can achieve, but we also need to address our assumptions, because sometimes what we think is an important goal is actually different from what the client thinks is an important goal. So it's really important that we think about meaningful ways for people to reach those kind of goals. Some of the barriers when we set these goals is that we make them too large for people. They're not small, achievable kind of steps. You can read more about those there in the hyperlink in the PowerPoint. It can be really hard as well to set goals when you don't think you can achieve them. If your self-esteem is low, if you're feeling really disempowered, it can be a really intimidating process, goal setting for people. And for some people, they might not even be able to imagine what a different life is like. They might want that, but they don't imagine it, and they certainly don't always know the steps involved in achieving that. So sometimes being a bit solutions focused can help, or just getting people to imagine the situation in a slightly different way. A big part of goal planning and goal setting is referring out. So you can't provide everything for that client. You're not Superwoman or Superman. So sometimes you're going to have to refer that person to another agencies to find out what needs to happen. Look, it can be tempting to do a lot of this work electronically these days. The best outcomes are usually face-to-face or on the phone. So always what we do is what we call a warm referral. You pick up the phone, talk to people, see if it's a good fit for the client as well as the organisation. Be honest with people. We usually fill out referral forms with a client, or sometimes the client can make the call themselves. If they're going actually to the service, it's always good practice to take the client there at least the first time yourself. So you accompany with the client to the service if that's what they're comfortable doing. So you'll have better outcome. Use all those communication skills, because you'll have better outcomes with the agency when you're using some of your use of self, your communication skills, your personality, your wonderful sense of humour. All of those things are really important, surprisingly, to a good referral. We can have a little bit of problem sometimes with referrals, in that clients might be stuck in networks that are a problem for them. Okay, so we know that birds of a feather flock together. So sometimes we're working with people with intergenerational trauma and disadvantage. And so sometimes, as much as we want to assist people, they might be in an environment that's almost disabling their help seeking. So it's an environment where they're not encouraged to seek out supports or set a goal. For example, a goal might be to come to university, imagine that, and some people might be in an environment where that's not encouraged, where they're told they're not smart enough, or it's not for people like them, that kind of thing. If there's drugs and alcohol, they could be engaged in criminality. They might have really different goals from the people that they're around. So it's really that person and environment approach is important with this goal setting stuff. We need to think about that as well. Just think about the structural disadvantage. So even things like poverty, I've seen this happen often. A client gets referred to a service and they can't actually afford to get there. They don't have public transport to get there. They don't have a car, that kind of thing. They might be fearful of going to particular services. So Indigenous clients might want an Indigenous service, for example. I'm going to talk about involuntary clients. It's a really hard group to work with sometimes when we talk about goal setting, because as I've mentioned, often the goal that's being set is from the organisation or from essentially the government rather than the client. So what you want to try and do is merge the two ideas here. You want to work towards a congruence here. So you want to see if the goal that the agency or the legislation or whoever has set, can that goal marry up somehow with the client's personal goals here? So we talk about motivational congruence, Hepworth talks about. You need to have great engagement skills and you need to be patient with people, but you also need to know there are challenges and limitations to working in this kind of way as well. Just remember your goals need to be clear. And they'll change, they'll get messed up, people won't achieve them. Sometimes you won't achieve them, you won't have the time to follow up on things that you said you were going to follow up on, unfortunately. So just think about breaking them down here. We might talk about increasing social networks, so it might be going to a community centre or a group or something along those lines. Just so the goal is attending the group, but there is a larger goal here around the social network, so just bear that in mind. But the measurement of goals is an important thing to consider, because in the neoliberal setting that a lot of social work occurs in, the goals that we're meant to reach are actually goals set by funding bodies or organisations or ideas about what we should do. So reaching those goals can be really, our jobs can depend on reaching these goals. So you have to think about when you set them. And so the client's goals might not be measurable within this kind of neoliberal context. So it's a really tricky space. Think about how can you measure, you might even have two separate goals running. You've got what the client actually wants and what the organisation requires or what the funding body requires. So you want to be client-centred with the goals, but you also need to know that there is a couple different agendas running with goal setting. So try not to attach all of your clients' goal setting to those KPIs within your organisation if you can. If the person's the person's goal, is to take a walk around the block once a day, that's probably not going to fit into your KPI. But increasing people's physical health outcomes might be a good KPI that we would write about. And whether that walk happens once a week or once a month, you would still be meeting that KPI. So you can see how we can be a little bit flexible with how we talk about and report on things like goals. Just tiny, tiny steps. If you think about when you write an assignment, the ultimate goal is that you finish that assignment, you submit it, and you get the grade you're after. But we know the tiny steps are researching the work and figuring out the argument, coming to class, etc., etc., etc. So it's no different with the goals that we set with our clients. They've got to be nice and tangible for people. If you think that somebody is setting a goal that is either unachievable or unrealistic, if you think the goal is ultimately going to end up with the client failing to reach that goal, you need to decide whether you want to commit to that or not. Are you being authentic and genuine? Are you working ethically in doing that? Perhaps not. So just have a think about how you feel about that. All right.